Brought to you by American Pistachios.
That's the power of pistachios. So joining me is Mr. Herschelle Gibbs, and from 1996 to 2010, this man was dominating world cricket with his bat. Thank you so much, for giving your time. And I really wanted to understand your, thought to, associate yourself with this ICB. It is a platform for those who still wants to, relive those moments.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're dealing with everyday people, which is nice. Makes it a bit more tangible. There's a bit more of a connection between us former cricketers and obviously mentors and the everyday person. The everyday person are the people that go and fill the stadiums in the IPL. The die-hard fans. So for them to have this opportunity is going to be really exciting. Something very unique. And that for me makes it a bit more special, And we sat down with the organising committee, what we've got planned for them. We want to make it as professional for them as possible, and give them best opportunity to perform. And I hope they, once the guys get chosen, embrace that opportunity, and really, take it with both hands, and to go and utilise this opportunity completely and just play their hearts out.
Well, of course. And let's talk about Champions Trophy. The best team, they are trying to make their ways to the semi-finals because the league games are like almost, about to over. But South Africa, they have done a good job in their first game. They are at the top as of now in the pool. How you actually looking, your team South Africa especially? Do you think that this time South Africa can make it, keeping in mind the recent performances and also, the selection of, the batters, especially your bowling unit?
Yeah, look, I think they're also in a good space, our ODI squad. The bowlers keep on taking wickets on flat decks. I think the batters can still show a bit more intent. But yeah, they have as good a chance as anyone, and I think obviously once the game obviously against Australia got rained out, there wasn't much we can do about that. Put us back a little bit. Okay, we got the 1 point, but I think it's going to come down to us, the game against England, to see who goes through to the semi-final. But yeah, the batters have made runs, the bowlers are taking wickets. It's nice when everybody's in form. So yeah, I think the game obviously against England is going to be a crunch game. It can be anybody's game at this stage, but they're in a good space as well.
But that washout is a disappointment, or you think, if that match have been completed, you would have got 2 points.
Yeah.
But now you are equaling Australia just because of the numbers, the points.
Yeah.
Is it a disappointment? What's exactly your thought?
Yeah, look, it's disappointing, but you can only control what you can control. You can't control the weather. It's it's something that you're going to put behind us, and just concentrate on the game against England. It's as simple as that. There's no other equation. We have to beat them. I think England will probably beat Afghanistan tonight, and that is why it's going to be a must-win game for England and for South Africa once the game takes place. But like I said, you can only control the controllables. Nothing you can do if the rain if it gets washed out.
And it is going to be a tricky situation for South Africa as well, because now South Africa has to beat England if they, they are winning today's game. So it is a, bit concern for you. Are you happy with your batting lineups? I have seen Rickelton doing well. Bauma is in good shape. Rasi is also there. Klaasen is sitting out with injury. So how exactly you are looking at your batting lineup?
Well, I think Klaasen was rested with the last game. He wasn't really needed against Afghanistan, but I think the Zorzi will probably sit out if Klaasen comes back, and you push Pavuma up to open with Rickelton. That I think will be the only change we'll probably see in the game against England. But yeah, like I said, it's guys nice with the batters are making runs. Bowlers are taking wickets, and we stand as good a chance as anybody in the competition. So the game against England is going to be a must-win game for England and South Africa, and that's as simple as you can do, and and prepare accordingly.
Okay, my last two questions to you. One is I really wanted to ask you about Ben Decker's performance. Last inning, he scored, of course, 160. But do you feel that was a slow inning, and that actually, costed, England as far as their loss is concerned? But again, against South Africa, do you feel England is going to be a tough task as far as their batting style is concerned?
Yeah. Yeah, look, man, I made the comparison 15 years apart. You know, when Sachin got 200 in 2010, he scored it off 147 balls. Still got to 200. Now, if Ben, I don't think anybody these days doesn't get to 200 if they face to 147 balls. That's almost half the innings. If you're going to take up so much time and face so many balls, you need to be around the 200, if not more. Can you imagine Travis Head facing 140 balls? How many do you think he's going to get? That's a difference. So my example was with Virat'S as well. They also lost the game. If you're going to face 140 balls, your team needs to be at 380 or 400. So the stats are there. That mindset happened 15 years ago. That's my point, and that's why they lost both games. South Africa lost against Pakistan. And England lost against Australia because they were short of runs. That's as simple as that. We are now 2025. So when do you think the T20 mindset sets in? If you faced 110, 120 balls, when does that come out?
Exactly.
Right? So with so much T20 cricket that is played, you've got to be able to implement it in 50-over cricket once you're in. When do you actually show that you can actually play T20? And for me, Travis Head is a great example because he implements it in all the formats that he plays.
For example, Virat Kohli's inning, against Pakistan, maybe, a prime example.
He didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need it. In the chase, different thing altogether. You don't have to end it in 40 overs or 25 overs. You just need to end it. And it's a comfortable score. 240 wasn't much. But they breathed it, and that's it. It's always, I'm a big Virat Kohli fan, and it's lovely to see him score runs.
My next question is actually on Virat Kohli. Do you feel that India is actually ticking all the boxes at the right time? Rohit was not getting runs, he is getting runs. Virat was not getting runs, he is also getting runs. And especially the high pressure match against Pakistan, he scored 100. Yeah. So India, you feel, is absolutely complete balanced team as far as their batting is concerned or the bowling, and they are actually dominating this Champions Trophy. The pretty one of the best team of this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. They're firm favourites to win. I think the amount of talent that India has at the moment in all their formats, they're in a great position. Obviously the loss in the Test series against New Zealand a couple of months ago wasn't great, but it's a learning curve for a lot of their batters as well. But India are a better squad, better team when Virat and Rohit are making runs. Shubman Gill, he can just play as he wants to, and he's also ticking all the right boxes. So they're a formidable team at the moment, irrespective of what conditions they play in. When you've got the skill set to be able to combat that, you can feel pretty confident that they're going to win pretty much most of the games. So yeah, they're obviously under the most pressure out of everyone. They always play with the most pressure as far as when its tournaments are concerned. So yeah, there's no reason.
What if India and South Africa are playing semi-finals or the finals? Which team you're going to support?
No, I always support South Africa, but I understand that we need to tick that box, and that's the one that's missing. So it'll be a nice rematch, obviously, with regards to the T20 World Cup, but hopefully it will be a South Africa-India final.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
स्पोर्ट्स की खबरें ढूंढ रहे हो तो इधर उधर क्या देख रहे हो? चलो फटाफट से स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करो और हाँ, जो घंटी नजर आ रही है फटाफट से बिना देरी किए इस पर क्लिक करो।